Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? So I'm excited for this video because I'm going to be talking about all the new makeup releases from the past week. I do want to apologize in advance if I'm not, like, I don't know, if I don't seem like as happy or as normal as usual. For some reason this past week and a half I've had a lot of anxiety, and then I felt really stressed out about social media this past week, and I've been kind of like really limiting how much I'm getting on and using my phone. Like, I've just had my phone turned off the last few days and just getting on real quick to post or just to answer a few comments, like giving myself 30 minutes and that's it, just to kind of calm my nerves a little bit. But so if you guys can tell, then you know, I'm sorry. I still want to film this video. I still want to keep pushing through it because I just get like this sometimes. I feel like I've been procrastinating this video. I was going to film it earlier, but I ran out of time because I had to do my eye look like 3 times. Everything I've been trying to use lately has not been working out for me, and that's been stressing me out. Like, my eyelids are like not taking pigment, and I thought maybe it was me, but then I used an oldie but a goodie palette and it all worked out. So that's why I'm super neutral today and super bronzy. I am wearing the new aesthetic lipstick from Dose of Colors times I Love Sorry, and I really like it. I feel like I'm ready for fall. And then when I sat down to film it tonight after I got my son in bed, I was like, I don't know, I was just procrastinating. I watched like 6 YouTube videos. I was trying to put my hair in space buns because I've always wanted to do that, but literally I have so much hair that like I had like, it looked like I had horns sticking out of my head from here, so it wasn't a good look. So this is what's happening. Let's just go ahead and jump on in. I feel like I always scoot over that way, but I need to scoot this way because this is my good side, so alright, so the very first product I want to talk about today, I actually meant to talk about last week, but I'm so bad at remembering to talk about things. Like, I like completely forget, even though I have them saved and they're like literally in order. I sometimes skip things. I don't know what's wrong with me. But this first product is from Ray Morris, and I'm not familiar with the brand, but it looks so cool. You can see just from the packaging alone. It is called the Invisible Mattifier, and it's supposed to be a completely transparent powder. Which is basically invisible, but it still mattifies, and you can see on the packaging it's literally like the powder is see-through. It looks so cool. And then you can also see them applying on a lighter skin tone, a medium skin tone, a deep, and then a super dark deep skin tone as well, and it works for everyone. So I think that's so cool. I'm definitely interested in trying that. It's on Beautylish. I don't know, it's like I live for seeing products that push boundaries and like aren't completely new. Like, I've never seen a transparent pressed powder before. I might know about you guys, but if I wasn't, that's tempting just because it's so cool. Okay, so this next release is definitely a pass for me, and this is the new Marc Jacobs. What are these called? They're called the O Mega Eyeshadows, and every single name has something to do with O. Honestly, I only remember that because I was going through them, and then like the very last one was like the big O, and I was like, okay, Marc Jacobs, okay. But the reason why this is a pass is because, first of all, they're single shadows, and I only really pick up single shadows if it's something super unique, and none of these shades look that unique, to be honest. And even if they were a bit unique, they're $25 each. I feel like that's just too much. It's just too much. I mean, the swatches look fine. I think that would kind of be a pretty palette color scheme altogether. It actually looks like a lot of palettes that are coming out right now, but I just can't see paying that much for one shadow. At least with the Dose of Colors ones, like, yeah, they're $20 each, but it's kind of a unique formula, at least a little bit, whereas this is just regular mattes and then some like slightly shimmery metallic shades. This is something I'm really excited about, actually. So Kevyn Aucoin is coming out with the Contour Book Volume 3. I actually have the Volume 2 one, and I love it. And I feel like the Volume 2 one works really well for my skin tone. This one is so great. I think if you are a makeup artist, or if you tan and you kind of fluctuate your skin tone a little bit, because it actually has Shaping Light, Shaping Medium, and Shaping Deep, and then it has 2 different highlighter shades, and then it also has a blush, which you can kind of go more on the light side if you have like a fair client, or a little bit on the deeper side if you have obviously a deep client. So I think that that's really cool. I'm so excited to see another contour book from him because I feel like his quality is amazing. The swatches look really good. I love his shaping powder. I'm really happy with the one that I have because it has a shaping cream in it, and I really like that cream formula from him, surprisingly, because normally that's not something I do, but I'll actually reach for that one. So I'm really excited about that, and I definitely recommend his products. Smashbox is coming out with a new palette, and it is called the Sunlit Yellow, and I like it. I'm kind of getting Subculture vibes just a little bit. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's something I would pick up, if that makes sense. So that's a pass. Okay, so Urban Decay is coming out with a new palette called the Aphrodisiac palette. I already kind of said this is a little bit boring. It's a pass for me. But the 3 new lip glosses that are coming with it, you guys can see, maybe I'll zoom in or whatever. They look so pretty, like the sparkly like dark purple, the sparkly light purple, and the sparkly like bluish shade. I'm really curious to see how those swatch, how opaque they are, because I don't know. I don't even know if I would wear that on my lips, but they just look so cool and different that I'm really curious about it. Oh wait, there's swatches right there. So I think I like the 2 lighter glosses more. They're kind of more on the sheer side, which is what I would prefer. So those look nice. Curious about those, and I do like the Urban Decay lip gloss formula, even though I haven't even talked about the one that I picked up yet on my channel at all because I'm way behind. Next, Karity came out with a new palette, and it is called the Rosé All Day, which I love the name. And I like the shades in here, but I feel like when I have a bad experience with a brand, I'm like kind of fearful to try them again. Not a bad experience, but I just didn't like the quality of the peach palette. Most of the shades were okay, but the dark shades really lacked pigmentation, and I just felt like it wasn't worth the price. I feel like it wasn't that unique. And I mean, I like this, but I have other palettes I'd rather have, and I just don't want to get something and some of the shades not work out for me. So I don't know. I really am interested in trying their rainbow palette. Maybe I'll like leave a picture of that on the screen real quick. It's not new at all, but if any of you guys have tried that, I would love to know. I mean, I've seen different people do videos on it, but they were sent it. So sometimes, I mean, I get sent stuff and I'm honest, but not everyone's like that. So I'm scared to try another product from them, but I really want to try that palette. So if you tried it, definitely let me know. All right. Moving on, let's talk about a really poor shade range. First Aid Beauty is coming out with the Avocado concealer, and I kind of have some feelings about this. So first of all, it's literally only 7 shades. Like, how pathetic is that? And it's not like First Aid Beauty, it's not like they're a small tiny little brand. Like, I'm sure that they have the funds to come out with more than 7 shades. I think that's pretty pathetic. And I actually recently got accepted to Aucoin, which I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's basically like an online free store for influencers, and you can like request a product, kind of say like why you want to try it, and they can approve it basically and like decide to send it to you. And I saw this on there, and I like put a request in for the fairest shade. I didn't realize that that was all the shades that they had. I could only see a few because it was before the picture even showed up on Trend Mood. And I said, like, I'm like the lightest of the light. I would love to try it out because I do like a series and I talk about the lightest shade of different things. And I know my subscribers kind of, they enjoy that I talk about that since I'm a shade reference for a lot of them. And I got denied so quick, and I was like, oh, okay, like whatever. But then when I saw the shade range, I was like, I bet it's because they know that it wouldn't be light enough. And it's not going to be dark enough, and it's going to be, there's too many spaces in between that aren't filled. Like, it's pathetic. That's what it is. Okay, moving on to something that I'm a little bit anxious about. So this is the new It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye concealer, and I commented on this photo originally and kind of just got, I don't know, some people agreed with me and some people attacked me, and it was just, it's part of the reason why I felt so anxious this week, because I want to speak up, but I feel like sometimes I don't say things the right way, and then people don't like me, and it makes, I don't know, it's my insecurity. It stresses me out. And what I want to say about this is, like, I commented and said that there's no shade light enough for me, and a lot of people got mad at me for saying that and for speaking up about it, but it's true that the lightest shade is definitely not light enough, and it's super yellow, so I'm not sure if it would work. And the model who has it on her arm is more of like a light medium skin tone to me, so I would have to see it on a fair skin tone. But the reason why this upset me so much is because well, let me start off by saying that I know that there is a huge difference between the reasons why fair people are excluded and the reasons why deep dark and deep skin tones are excluded. I'm sorry. And I believe that you know, the dark shades are because of systematic racism, and, you know, brands don't make them because of that. And I think that the really, really light shades, maybe it's just ignorance, maybe not realizing that there really are people that pale out there. Like, we do exist. So I know that there's a huge difference, but at the end of the day, we can both say that we're excluded from makeup sometimes. And that's what I tried to say, is like, I wish we could come together and understand each other. Like, I know for me, like, obviously I don't understand what it's like to you know, for someone to be racist to me, because that can't happen. But like, I don't understand that, but I do understand, like, wanting to buy a foundation and then realizing, like, I can't try this because they don't have my shade. I can't try this formula. I can't try this thing that everyone's raving about. And it just stinks. So that's what I was trying to say. Like, I understand it, but I wasn't trying to say that it's the same exact thing. But my main problem with this concealer range is that, okay, well, let me start off with a compliment. I'm really glad that It Cosmetics is expanding. I'm glad that a lot more people are going to be able to use it. But the problem is that there are 48 shades, and instead of really expanding on the deeper shades and really expanding on the fair shades, they added a crap ton of medium shades. It's like, there's already so many medium shades out there. And it's like, other concealers completely have a pass for me. Like, whenever Beauty Bakery Cosmetics came out with their concealer, I got asked about it a few times, like, how do you feel that they don't have a shade light enough for me? And I'm like, that's not for me, for one. Like, obviously they're filling a need in the industry, and second of all, they're not a huge company with the money to do a shade range of like 30 shades. Like, they'll come out with it over time, whereas It Cosmetics is literally funding, you know, to be able to make 48 shades. And it's just hard because I feel like I always have, like, I wish you guys like knew me in real life, because I really do always have honest intentions. I feel like I have a good heart. I never want to hurt anyone. I never want to make anyone mad. Like, I always try to hear what other people are feeling. Like, I'm seriously, like, I feel like, not like trying to toot my own horn here, but I feel like I'm a very compassionate person. And so whenever anyone thinks like that I'm, you know, whenever someone views me in such a negative light, or like understands what I'm trying to say wrong, it really does hurt me to my core. Which I know, I'm like I literally had moments this past week where I'm like, should I just quit YouTube? Because I feel like I'm not cut out for like people being mean to me. Like, I've never been good at that. Like, even people I like they say a little thing and I'll remember it forever. So I feel like I don't know if I can handle people being so hard on me when I'm trying to say the right thing. I'm trying to speak up. I try to speak up for both sides, and it just, I don't know what went wrong there, I guess. I don't know. And I really don't want to quit YouTube or anything, because I love making videos, and I feel like I'm growing a lot right now, which is really, really cool, and I'm so grateful for everyone watching me. But I feel, I don't know, it's so hard. It's getting harder, I guess, to deal with rude comments, which I always knew, like, I don't think I could handle it, but I didn't think it would get to the point where people would like start leaving rude comments, because I didn't think, like, I don't know, I don't know. But I'm gonna keep on going, and I'm just gonna limit myself, and I've just decided, you know, if a comment upsets me, I'm just gonna delete it. I'm not gonna dwell on it or think about it. I'm just gonna delete it. I'm not gonna reply. I'm not gonna feed the beast, I guess. So anyways, moving on. Sorry to be so negative. I warned you guys. This next product is from Kylie Cosmetics, and this is the birthday collection eyeshadow palette called Sipping Pretty. And I actually do really like this palette. It kind of is giving me Natasha Nona Lila vibes. Like, seriously, I actually really, really like this. When is this coming out? Is it after my no buy? Tomorrow? Oh, geez, August 6th online. Okay. So I don't know, maybe if this goes on sale, but then at the same time it might be limited edition. I don't want to buy something that's limited edition, but I really do like the colors in here. I like that there's mauves and purples and the bright blue and the light purple and the pink and the black and like the warm shades as well. I don't know, I feel like this is a really good mix. I like it a lot. I do. Milk Makeup is coming out with some new setting powder, and there's 3 shades. I think it's so cool. Oh, this is avocado powder. Everyone's coming out with avocado stuff. Okay. But I love seeing brands come out with powders and having several shades instead of just one. and I think it's so cool that everyone has an option. Especially, I mean, powders, obviously you don't need as many shades. They can be a lot more on the universal side, but those are cool. Not that I need another powder. Oh, and it has hyaluronic acid in it too. Man, I'm gonna buy so many powders when this note buy is done. Just kidding, maybe not. Okay, so next, Natasha Nona is coming out with the Camel eyeshadow palette, and let me see. I screenshot, or I have the picture of the actual palette. And is this something I'm gonna pick up? Absolutely not. Don't need it at all. But I actually do think it's super, super pretty for someone who truly just loves a neutral. I like that it's really neutral. It's not warm. It's not like overly cool either. So if you wear a neutral bronze eye every single day of your life, this would be the perfect palette for you. Plus, Natasha Nona's quality is amazing. I really, really like it. I think her shimmers are beautiful. Her mattes are really easy to blend. Is it worth $48? Maybe not to someone who has a huge collection, but if like that's what you wear every single day, I think it'd be nice little thing to add. And I'm excited to see her expanding her like full size 5 palette line. I'm excited to see if she does any more and what else is going to come out. But I think that's nice if you're a neutral lover and you like a very like neutral look. I think that could be a good little thing. Okay, next, Kylie Cosmetics is coming out with a new Minimalist Mauves eyeshadow palette, and I saw the sneak peeks for this forever ago and I was excited about it. And I'm torn. Okay, my first thought is I really want to try Kylie Cosmetics. I've wanted to try them for a while, and I do like the shades in the palette, but my second thought is that it looks just like the Dose of Colors Marvelous Mauves, like so close it's ridiculous. And I love the Dose of Colors formula. There's not a thing wrong with it. I think it's so nice, and I don't use that nearly enough, so I really don't need to buy another like mauve palette. So the only way I could justify it would be to try a new brand, but I know I don't need it, so it's definitely a pass for now. Trying to make smarter decisions. Okay, next up, BH Cosmetics is coming out with the Take Me Back to Brazil Rio edition, and it's basically just like the other palette except it's all shimmery shades, and I don't know how I feel. I mean, I guess it's okay. I don't know why it's so much easier for me to justify an all matte palette than an all shimmer palette. Well, I guess it makes sense. I use mattes more than shimmers, but I just feel like I don't know if I'd reach for this. And I've been testing out the matte one, and I still need to use it a few more times with some different eyeshadow bases, but I'm not like overly obsessed with it. And the matte one's not even matte. Let me see. Yeah, it has actually quite a few shimmers. I would say like maybe 30% of the palette are shimmery shades. So I feel like if they were going to come out with a shimmer one, why didn't they come out with an all matte one first, to kind of make them companion palettes instead of having like shimmers and mattes in this? I don't know, I guess that makes more sense to me, but that probably a pass for now. Don't need it. Okay, so now let's head on over to my indie Instagram. I will leave a screenshot on here in case you guys want to follow it. It's Indie Makeup Spotlight, basically trend mood but for indie brands. That's what I'm calling it. I just wanted to create a page where it was all indie brands getting talked about, not necessarily completely new makeup, maybe just bringing up a brand that not as many people know about, which I thought would be fun. And it's been a little bit slower this week just because I haven't been on as much, and it helps me when people tag me in new stuff because I can't like be on every indie brand page. There's so many of them, but there are 2 new releases from Velvet 59, and I'm really not that familiar with them. I think I got a pair of lashes from them in TJ Maxx like a few years ago. If that's the right brand, it might not be, but I feel like it was, given their, yeah, I think it was them, and I liked them. So the first palette is the Bloom Baby palette, and this one's cute. I really like the packaging. Kind of has like a hippie like 60s vibe to it, and I like the colors, but I don't know if I would pick it up. I guess I'd have to see swatches and everything. Then they also have another palette coming out, which is called the Paradise Princess palette, and this one speaks to my heart. You guys can see the little picture, First of all, like the entire palette just looks like water, like it looks like the bottom of the ocean. It looks so pretty. And then the shades, like 2 full shades of pinks, like I love it, I live for it. And then the blue and the purple and the copper and then the light pink shade, I feel like it just, I don't know, I love it so much. I feel like it's so pretty. So I don't know about the other one, but I really do want to pick this one up. They don't have a launch date yet, but that one's speaking to my heart and soul. I love the shades so much. Actually, I do know something else I want to talk about that I'm very excited about. So Luxe Beauty is coming out with single highlighter shades, and I actually haven't seen them yet, so I'm just looking at the pictures now. Let me screenshot that so I don't forget to post it. And oh, they look so pretty. Oh, these look super nice. There's so many different shades. Ooh, I don't know why I like live for light green highlight shades. I don't wear them on my face often, but on the inner corner, I feel like something about light green makes me so happy. So these look beautiful, and the swatches look super nice. I actually have a palette from Luxe Beauty. I have it over here. Okay. It's the Space Drenched Highlighter palette. I still haven't tried it yet. I don't know what's wrong with me. I really need to use it. Here is what it looks like. Super pretty. I bought it on a whim, and I'm crazy because I still haven't used it. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to use the shades in here. Actually, I haven't even swatched it yet. I don't know what's wrong with me. But it is super beautiful. So definitely gonna give the formula of these a try, and then maybe when my no buy is over, I'll pick up some of these shades because they look beautiful. I think maybe I would get, I think that there's 3 of them I could definitely see myself getting. And the packaging is super cute as well, so that's very exciting. And I'm really excited about the few things that I have from Luxe Beauty, even though I've only used one of them yet. But I'm excited about the brand. And oh my gosh, okay, this is called the Melted Gold highlighter. That would be so beautiful on deep skin tones. So pretty. Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and show you guys one last thing really quickly. So Blush Tribe is coming out with a new palette, and I'll leave the picture of the shades on screen. When I saw them swatched, I wasn't quite as like enamored with it, but I do think like seeing them like this is really pretty. And it says a few of the shades from our up and coming release, so I'm assuming that means that there's more shades, which could obviously determine whether I purchase it or not. But they had a contest and they asked people to send their makeup looks, and like 2 people had the chance of being featured on the palette, so I'll put that here. And I think that this is super cool. I love how she includes people who use her makeup and just like her people in, you know, who support her brand, people who support her page or whatever. She obviously seems to care a lot, and I think that this is so cool, and I think it's beautiful. And I love that the one girl, I'm sorry, I don't know their names or their Instagram names, but I love that she's wearing her I swear I know the name for this. I swear I know the name. Oh gosh, I feel so uncultured right now. Oh wow, there's a lot of different names for it. Okay. Oh. Huh. This is interesting. I'll have to read this later. The difference between a hijab and a burqa. I'm just gonna go ahead and call it her headscarf just to keep it simple. But I love that. I just love inclusion, and I think it's so pretty on the front of the palette. And the other, they both look stunning, honestly. They both look beautiful. So, oh, they said this isn't the real thing, just an idea of what the palette will look like. And I think it's stunning. So I'm super excited about that. So that is everything I had to talk about for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it despite me not being, I don't know, in my best mood ever, but I have enjoyed the last few days. I actually read 4 books this week, which was great. Actually 4 books in the last 3 days because I'm crazy and I read really fast, and I'm really reading a really good series, which I can't get enough of. I'll leave it down below. It's called, the first book is called The Selection. Okay, it's a young adult book, but it's literally like The Bachelor, but to become a princess. I'm obsessed. I honestly have no shame in saying it. I'm obsessed with the series. I went to the library and I don't have a full card. I only have a temporary one. Like, you have to be there for a certain amount of time. You have to like take out a certain amount of books, and like temporary you can only take out 2, and like full you can take out 10. So I'm like, I guess I'll just read 2 for now. Luckily my dad was there, so he got 1 extra for me, but I didn't want to like put all the books on his card just in case like something happened to one, which makes me really nervous having a toddler and reading at the same time, and it being a library book, which is more why I normally just buy thrift store books online, because I feel like if something happens to them, like, it's not the end of the world. Because the first library book that I got, he's got a little bit of jelly on it, and I felt really, really bad, even though it was just a little stain. So long story short, I love reading, okay? I'm gonna film another video soon. I did it once talking about my recent reads and whether I like them, which ones I would recommend, and I actually have a goal for myself this year to read 50 books, and I'm currently on 32, so I have a lot to update you guys on. Anyways, you're here for makeup. I got on a tangent. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I'm back because I wanted to include a little clip real quick that I was just thinking. This is so lame, you guys. You're gonna judge me, but I just wanted to mention really quickly because I think that this is super cool. So I was just thinking, like, hopefully they enjoy this video, even though I kind of feel down in the dumps, and it made me think of my favorite thing ever that I learned in French. And in French, basically the same phrase is avoir la cofarde, and that means to have the roaches. Is basically the same as to be down in the dumps, to have the roaches. Isn't that gross? Okay, I'm done now. Bye.